Hi, I'm Ajinka from FirstSportz, and today we are with Impa Kasanganay. Hey, Impa, how are you doing?
Great, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. So the last time we talked, you were about to take on Johnny Evelyn. What did you learn from that fight?
Well, Johnny, I've been fighting, man. I know we can't miss that. Johnny, I've been excellent fighter, and that I won that fight, and that puts me as one of the best fighters in the world. Uh, can't make mistakes. Can't make mistakes with like a top level fighter and keep the fight close. When you have the ability to
Hmm.
separate yourself.
Yeah,
So there's a lot that I took from that fight and showing the level my trainers and people have helped me get to. So. Uh, I consider Johnny one of the best fighters in the world. Many know that I won that fight. And when I fight a guy like him, there's a lot to take from me. An excellent champion and shows that the level that I'm going to.
hmm, makes sense. And since then, you're right back on the winning side, with two consecutive wins at light heavyweight. So how does that feel?
Yeah, for me, it's great. Got that Johnny Evans fight. Now, I won that one. Now these last two, it's been great. That you can't miss. You don't waste time. You don't waste time in the cage, and you gotta get these finishes. And I'm grateful for the position that I'm in, and I'm just always focused on that next one. Always focused on, when I say burn the ships. For me, that means what happened before doesn't really matter anymore. All I do is take the positive from it, and I'm focused on the next mission I am.
Of course. And now you're about to take on Silveira in the semi-final. How confident are you going into it since you already have a win over him last year?
For sure, I'm down and focused. I'm faithful and confident. Like I'm, confident wise, like I know what I'm able to do. More so, not just because I fought him, but because the training that I have, the trainings that I have, and the work that I'm putting in, and day in and day out, faithful. I know why I'm here. I know God's called me to be, and that's what matters most. And I claim that victory. It's what I've already seen. Last time I didn't get the finish. This time I will.
Mhm.
And for me, it's like I don't overlook a guy like Josh. I don't overlook a guy he's improved. He's very good, and I don't want to ever underestimate him.
Yeah.
So for me, I say the best way to respect your opponent is to beat them as badly as to be beaten by. And that to me is like take your opponent, kill your opponent, move forward. Uh, Going into this match, it's it changes in a sense. Like, I focus on what I need to improve on, what I will improve on. What I'm going to do in the battle, not just because I did this before, so it's gonna be given to me. Like I'm gonna go take it.
Yeah. So with just two fights between you and the championship, how do you keep yourself focused?
So for me, it was I always say like one more fight, right? And I realized that like the championship is one accolade, great. My
Mhm.
goal is to be the best ever do it. So one championship is not the end all be all. It's the non-stop dominance of every single opponent on that path. And for me, it's like the standard is higher, more than I can imagine. And I truly aspire to be the best at what I do. So I'll take time away. I'll take time. Like I'll collect that victory. I'll ride my motorcycle. I'll think. I'll journal. I'll pray. Then I read my Bible. I go sit at home, spend time with my family, talk to my trainers, and realize there's always an opportunity to get better, an opportunity to improve. And that for me drives me to focus even more. So I have a great team around me who helps me support me, and it's all about where I need to go.
So last time we also talked about you moving up a weight class to heavyweight if an opportunity pops up. Is that still the case?
But yes, sir. Yeah, still the case. If there's an opportunity to move to heavyweight, I definitely will. Even back down to 85, so it's like multiple weight class champion. Of course, for the PFL, there's an 85 tournament, or the super fight series are 85, whatever the case may be. But gonna be multiple weight class champion, take on different members of each division, be the best to ever do it, past, present, and future. So for me, it's like I'm loving what I get to do. So definitely. So I don't really cut weight anyway, but I wouldn't cut weight at all then. But
Yeah.
it's not about that. It's more like I love the challenge. I love the possibilities of what will happen when I cross those planes.
Yeah. And we've always talked about, simplicity and minimalism. So what roles do they play in your life, these principles?
And for me, it's never to overindulge. Minimalism for me is like, yeah, you can have a great, amazing life, but you don't need to just get things just to get things. To me, it's like get what's important in your life. That's the minimalism for it to me. It's not living like uh trashy. It's not living without class, but it's living with um,
Hmm.
proper intentions, the right people around you, and what I simplify my life is by like spending time in nature. I don't have to go say buy a brand new Bentley just because you can. No, it's like I'm gonna do things within a little less than your means, and then look forward to the future to what you can really become, and master the little details of each day.
You share your birthday with the great Muhammad Ali. Was he someone you wanted to be like when you were a kid?
One more time, please.
You share your birthday with the great Muhammad Ali. So was he someone
Ah,
you wanted to be like when you were a kid?
Muhammad Ali is a big inspiration for me. I appreciate you saying that. Yes, we share the same birthday. And it was inspiration for me. What I like about him is that he impacted the world in and outside the ring. He dominated as a champion. So yeah, many things about him that I would definitely want to emulate in my career even better. But definitely, like
Yeah. So discipline is at the core of fighting, right? Without it, one cannot be a great fighter. So what role has discipline played in your life?
what was the last part you said about discipline?
So without it, one cannot be a great fighter. It is at the core of what a fighter is, right? So what role has discipline played in your life?
They always say discipline over motivation. I actually have it right here.
Oh,
Um,
wow. That's amazing.
because it means what he said, it's like it doesn't matter so much how you feel. But it's like you set this goal of what you want to do. So
Mhm.
day in and day out, you do it no matter what,
Yeah.
and you claim your victories and everything in life. Discipline is there's so many different like connotations for it, different like the way people define it is to say. But I would say that for me, discipline is when I'm committing to the process that allows me to achieve the vision that I've set out before myself. That's been set out before me. The God that God's given me, not based on how I feel today, not based on how hard life is, not based on anything or how I feel. It's always saying, like, okay, if I've seen this goal, I've seen this achievement, I've seen these accolades I will achieve one day. I will do the little things each day that allow me to capture that. That's this
Any tips on how one could bring more discipline into one's life?
for sure. Uh, anything that's in your life that takes away, distracts, or makes you question where you're called to go or what to do, eliminate it. Cut it
Good.
off. First I like to John 15. God is a true vine. He cuts off anything that doesn't help you grow. Same thing. Whatever that true vine is in your life, whatever that thing that helps you get to where you want to go, you cut it off. And keep the right ones around you. Who do you come home to? You don't need to impress everybody. You don't need to have everybody like you.
Yeah.
But you need to also, excuse me, sorry. You also need to stay focused on who and what you allow into your life. And then also starting to stay your discipline increases.
Yeah. Makes sense. So, is there someone in the light heavyweight division across all promotions that you'd like to take on in the near future?
Plus all promotions, yeah, I mean, Osprey, all the champions.
Mhm.
Right? You have Osprey, you have and this man obviously the champions in my division, you have Rob Wilkinson, you have Two-Face, you have of course Josh, never overlooked him, Bryson Pereira, uh Ankalaev,
Mm.
Smallhill. Uh, yeah, solid guys.
Yeah.
Solid guys that I would love to fight. Take them out.
Yeah. So walk me into a day in your life when you're training for a fight. Like currently you must be because you've got a fight coming up. So what's a day like in your life?
Yeah, for sure. Wake up early in the morning, go for a walk, pray. Okay, go train a client or not. My home. Then I'll go to the gym, shadow box, prepare for team training.
Hmm.
Do team training. My trainer usually has something else for me to do. I'll do that. Recover, eat, get back to it. Go to the gym early again, do another session, train with the team, and then whatever auxiliary work I have to do. I usually like to get away, take time at the beach, uh, meditate on the day, talk to family, depends what's going on, go walk with my dog, and then it's recovering back to it. During camp, I like to read to whatever book I have on on the list. It helps me just stay dialed in and yeah, just enjoy the days.
Yeah. In the past, you've said that iron sharpens iron. So how important is your team and your teammates for you?
That's one of the most important facets you can have.
Mhm.
Iron sharpens iron. It comes to the Bible verse, Proverbs 27:17. It says like iron sharpens iron as one man, sharpens another. And what that does is like I always choose the challenging rounds, choose the ones that challenge me the most, choose the people that make you go home and get back on the drawing board and understand what you need to do to get better. I talk about your trainers and the people you allow in your life who constantly like mold and challenge and test you to become in this sense, the blade, the weapon, the gun, whatever the lethal weaponry that you need to become.
Mhm.
And for me, iron sharpening iron is like the people. And when you even the books you read and the thoughts you think and the music you listen to, the food
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
want to sharpen the the weapon that you want. And it's so important to have a team and people in your life that influence it positively because it helps you also see what you don't need in your life that's going to that dulls you or that'll make you dull like a butter knife. You don't want that. So iron sharpening iron is a standard. It is a verse. It is a constant belief that everything you allow into your life is only going to help you become better,
Yeah.
and that's only you allow to. Because you have to be the one to also sharpen those around you. Like you earned that. They sharpen you because you make them better, and you are sharpened by them because they make you better. And never dropping that standard.
Makes sense. So one of your Kill Clip teammates, like Michael Chandler, is unfortunately in a huge hiatus because of the McGregor fight. So how tough it is as a fighter for you guys to stay outside of the octagon for a long time?
That's what I was saying about that. I think it depends on the fighter. It depends on how you're a warrior. Like if you're just to see it as a sport, you're not disciplined. That's where the challenge comes. Of course, like, if you love to do it, the challenging part is like being patient to fight. I'm grateful PFL. I don't have to deal with that. I get a fight nonstop with the PFL, and I mean I would fight more if I was allowed to. So I can see how it can affect people if they're like out of the cage and out of the gym for a while. But if you're in that gym every single day, it kills if you're at that you're in and out, you're in those training sessions, and I work with Dieter and all those trainers. Like you're prepared by the time you step in the cage, no matter what it is, a year, 2 years. But I was out for almost a little over close to a year, pretty much before I fought
Mhm.
at the PFL,
Yeah.
close, and got back in the cage and I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So also, Shavkat Rakhmonov, who is one of the biggest names in MMA right now, trains at a gym. As a fighter, when you see someone come in with a big name, is there a friendly fire within you that wants to test yourself against someone like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, then you know who you are too. I was like, I say none of them are really a test in a negative way. It's more like I want to challenge myself with the best of the best, but I would see myself at
Mhm.
the top one there. So it's like, I said, return, lead me to the wolves. I'll return leading the pack. And I lead that gym. I lead that gym. And it's like I know who I am. I know what I do, and I know where I'm going. I'm gonna keep getting better. Trained Shavkat a few times. He's awesome because he also trains back in Kazakhstan. Awesome teammate, training partner, good guy. And every time there's somebody new in the gym who's an excellent fighter, especially close to my weight class, I always love to work with them in a positive way. I love to work with them in the way that we challenge each other, whether it's sparring, grappling, striking, being a training partner of drilling. Like they inspire me to get better, and I can take a lot of those, especially on all the experience. Of course, Shavkat's an amazing fighter. All finishes, he's done very, very good work. And for me, as a leader of that gym, that of the gym, that really, really inspires me.
Yeah. Other than fighting, we are also aware of your love of bikes, cars, and nature. Is there something other than these things that you have, that have captured your attention?
Yeah, for sure. Music, taking guitar lessons, learning languages. Going to start taking French lessons soon. Right when I get back home. I love business. I love challenging myself. I bought my gym, working on some coffee shops, working on more concepts of motorcycles and creating films and projects, and put a lot of work after this last fight. And I love staying active. Those things mean a lot to me. So
Yeah. How's Beacon doing?
he's good. He's here in New Jersey, or sorry, New York. We're going to drop him, my sister off to. Well, we dropped my sister off to college. She started at West Point University now.
Okay.
My brother, yeah, I was super excited for her. So I brought him around. Beacon's been on the road for me for over 2 weeks. Took him out. He's taking a nap now, and yeah, he's growing nonstop.
Yeah. Very active dogs, Malinois, obviously. Just quite nice, to be honest.
Super active, super active. Yeah.
So whenever I hear you speak, I'm always reminded of how eloquent you are. Have you ever thought about leveraging that in the future? Maybe public speaking or writing a book?
Oh man, well, funny enough, I was actually, that's an honor. Thank you. Let's shout out to my parents who've uh, instilled that in me. It's about public speaking. I actually had an opportunity to speak to the Rutgers University football team, University of Tennessee football team, and basketball team. Yes, for sure. Would definitely love to get into public speaking. Uh, Planning it. So I'm actually going, speaking of Manchester. Joanne has been working on coordinating a schedule. I'm speaking at the University of Manchester's business school. Uh, yes, for sure. Then actually, funny enough, today I was actually praying and thinking about it, but
Oh,
I have
wow.
a concepts for my first book that I'd like to write. So it's funny, deciding the time and when I would do it, but it started, that seed's been planted for sure. And that means a lot. Thank
Mhm. That's amazing, man. I look forward to it, obviously. The Rock is starring in a movie about Mark Kerr. If there was a movie about your life, who would you want to portray your character? Is there a actor in mind that you would want to portray?
you. Idris Elba.
Of course. Actually, I see the resemblance, definitely.
When I kept my hair down, a little facial hair, whatever, my friends would always say that. So I was like, yeah, makes sense. I can see that one.
Any message for the people following your career?
For anybody that's following my career, one, thank you. It means a lot that people support what I'm doing, what my team's doing, my family's been able to put in me. I would say that you follow my career and you see my life, make the choice to believe in yourself, aside from what everybody else thinks. Have faith and stay dialed in on your goals. Along with fighting, give yourself permission to be great in all that you do, not just one thing, right? Discipline over motivation, right? Discipline will never fail you. Motivation can. Motivation is great to have, but you don't need it to be successful. You stay focused on what you're doing.
Mhm.
And, when you watch me fight, realize that in whatever parallel idea that is for you, you can do it too and overcome anything. And set your standards, speak your goals into existence, operate by faith, and dominate whatever's in front of you.
But it's always a pleasure talking to you, and all the best for the fight. It was really nice talking to you.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.